Good evening, spirits and specters, and those from beyond, and welcome to a very special return. For the first time ever, we are going back to an old domain here on Blood from a Stone. A tale of love and dread in RPG. Hello, my name is Philip, and I am the Dreadmaster. And tonight, I am joined by a single player. We have done this on a few rare occasions where we have had these solo games in Mirkshire. Siobhan survived hers. Judge McGregor was not so lucky. What fate will befall Sarah Quill as we look away from Heistales, where things came to a rather dramatic ending last week in Chapter 43, to see how Sarah Quill fares and what has been in her dreams in these days. Hi, Lauren. How are you tonight?
Hi. Doing great. How are you?
Doing great. I'm wonderful. Are you? Is there any part of you that's like worried?
Yeah, a lot of parts. A whole part. Every part.
Because of how it's like death is very likely in these.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
A little bit. I love Sarah.
So I think. Oh. You have an evil D13, Ellie Rosen tells us you have an evil D13 that is in jail, and you need to roll it tonight. Well, actually, that is a die you should have close at hand, because it is one that comes up a lot in this system. And especially, I'll phrase like this, if you survive, you'll definitely be rolling that. Okay. Wouldn't it be so cool if somehow, despite all probability, you rolled, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 natural 13s, or as was suggested by Book and Dagger, because it is, we don't do any nonsense April Fools, like we don't lie, but in honor of April 1st, Book and Dagger suggested that ones also count.
Book?
And I think that is a great idea. So, you should definitely have your D13 handy.
I do.
If Sarah Quill survives, you'll be rolling that to advance your to like improve your skills.
Okay.
So that'll be a cool thing. And if you roll 13 on it, don't worry about it. But before we jump into this very also, we're starting so early tonight. What the heck? It's like when there's only one person to wrangle, it starts more on time.
I'm here on time, I will say.
I am not calling anyone out, and much of the time it's me because I'm telling weird stories. What I'm more saying is when there's fewer people and everyone's there, it's just easier to be like, okay, we're all here, we're all ready to go. So I do want to give a special thank you to Weave the Tale for rating us on Tuesday. That was very kind of them. But how to describe where events have been. Many of you who are watching, we've been in Heistales for 8 sessions, so we're back now to Mirkshire and to make sort of a very long and beautifully, delightfully complicated story, sort of short enough for a recap. For a brief recap here, I will simply say that Sarah Quill and a few other members of the Order of the Opal Octopus, when's the last time you thought about that organization?
I know.
Yeah, really?
A while.
They came to Thatchford cum Laugrave, north of the city of Mirk, in order to investigate a missing member named Darla Quicklime. They were almost immediately diverted from that mission. When Siobhan went missing, Sarah Quill saw a ghostly presence in the Sixpence Ahead Inn, and the group wound up not going to Laugrave once. They have not even visited the town one time, where Darla Quicklime was said to be studying, looking for the Dark Lords and Ladies' Flower. Instead, they went to Bitter End, home of Master Cravengate, a Byronic individual who, a whole dark backstory involving the deep pool behind his house. For a while, our intrepid investigators were teamed up with a footman there named Mr. Dowell, who kind of was helping them as he had some mysteries in his own past. They also encountered a young woman named Polly, who is a diver. And she talks. I really hope I can get her accent back, because I got to tell you that the Yorkshire one is hard for me for some reason. It's too similar to Scottish or something. I don't know. Well, because it makes sense. They're up north, so it's like they're right there.
Well, yeah, but they're both difficult for like the average bear. So you're doing great.
And Polly is there diving. Siobhan has taken one of the members of the group to a very sort of protective look at her. But Sarah Quill, at one point, being overcome by a doll that was found, a doll with red hair, in a very nice purple dress, I think is what she's wearing here at present. Although her dress seems to change color sometimes, so I honestly don't remember what it was when last we saw her. Sarah Quill took a rifle off the wall, seeing red, and took a couple shots at people, and in the struggle to get away, on 2 occasions she hit her head tremendously and basically passed out. While passed out, she had a dream of masked individuals dancing, a masquerade, and drinking a very odd beverage, one that seemed very enticing to Sarah Quill. The last thing Sarah Quill remembers in these sort of times when she was, she isn't really aware of what has happened to, she barely remembers this individual's sister Mercy. She doesn't really remember, she knows Siobhan, she knows Craven Gate, Rawlings she had barely met, so Rawlings and Sister Mercy not being there would matter little in her mind. She does, however, know that Conrad seemed very threatening to her in one of her sort of brief moments of wakefulness in the time right after her accident. She had to downgrade him from best friend to very good friend, which for Sarah Quill is quite a slap in the face. In any case, Sarah Quill has been resting and recuperating from her devastating, brain injuries, but because this is a bit of a game, even a few days of rest. It's not like D&D, like she's having to take time recuperating, and because Sister Mercy has been gone, Sister Mercy came and was actually administering medical care. Fortunately, the skull was not cracked, so that is part of the reason Sarah Quill is still alive at all.
Did you say unfortunately or fortunately?
I said fortunately.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness the skull was not cracked, otherwise she would be just dead. But Sarah Quill is now resting and recuperating here at bitter end. She has dreamt and tossed and turned, and hopefully she'll be in a condition to get out of bed tonight. Otherwise, this will be a very, very mean-spirited solo session. Sarah Quill, before we begin,
yes,
I need to read tonight's invocation. I'm going to say something about the invocations just to those of you who follow such things. The invocations based on I really enjoyed how things were working in Heisteles with the invocations, where it was a bit of a wider net. I'm actually going to apply that to Mirkshire as well moving forward. Paradise's rules for invocations are going to remain what they are, but here in Mirkshire, though many of the much of what has been used will sort of remain the standard, like even with tonight, we will be using a slightly different thing for the invocations you'll see. And in fact, I already made reference when describing Craven Gate to the source of tonight. But first, on earth as vampires sent, thy course shall from its tomb be rent, then ghastly haunt thy native place, and suck the blood of all thy race. There from thy daughter, sister, wife, at midnight drain the stream of life, yet loathe the banquet which perforce must feed thy livid, living corse. Wet with thine own best blood shall drip thy gnashing tooth and haggard lip. Then, stalking to thy sullen grave, go, and with ghouls and afrits rave, till these in horror shrink away from spectre more accursed than they. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Sarah Quill.
Yes.
I would like for you to please roll a Constitution roll. Now, you have not... Typically, you only get to make these after a week of recuperation, but we're going to say the past few days count for enough. So, you have not had medical care. Sister Mercy is too busy now trying to get with Mr. Rawlings. But you have been in a comfortable, safe place, so you gain 1 bonus on this die. So please roll 2 of the percentile dice, that's the one with the tens column on it, and 1 of your d10s, and you can use the lower roll, unless it is a fumble, and then you don't have to use it. Go ahead.
Okay. It is a 21.
With a 21, which for you is not an extreme success, but it is a hard success. So, please roll a d6.
Okay.
And this will be grouped. It's actually a d3, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4.
4. Give yourself 2 hit points back. And in doing so, you have now recovered to half your hit point maximum. You are no longer wounded.
Oh.
I told you the odds were good that you would get out of it. It's just there was a chance that you were going to.
Well, you know, the way this game goes, sometimes.
So please, unclick wounded. You are now back into it. Sarah Quill, you've been sleeping. And it's been raining. That much you know. Those figures who were dancing have not left your mind. Dancing around a girl they brought in, twirling her around and then biting her neck. And something about it was just so appealing. But a question stays in your mind. They all seem to be, to put it in Sarah Quill terms, just having the most delightful time and being the best of friends. The question arises to Sarah Quill as the sort of violent rage that she had been feeling up to this point goes away. You can also unclick your temporary insanity. Does she want to be the girl who's bitten? Or the girl doing the biting?
A question I ask myself as a human being, personally.
Sarah Quill.
Yes.
You draw breath, and for the first time, the pain in your head has reduced itself to a dull roar and not something genuinely crippling. It seems to be just before dawn, or maybe just after, with it raining the way it has been. It is hard to tell. As you sort of blink yourself awake, please make me a look roll. Or I guess, I'm sorry, it's a spot hidden roll in this game. Just such a weird turn for it.
It is a 30.
A 30 is a success for you.
Oh.
For your spot hidden talent, yes. So, as you blink your eyes open, there's a chair that's been pulled next to your bed. Almost as if people were sort of sitting up with you at times. Maybe your best friend Siobhan. Maybe your best friend Mr. Dowell. Or was he your best friend? I think he might have been. No, he was still your best friend. Maybe your very good friend Mr. Conrad. Bourgeois. Maybe even Polly. But right now the chair is empty.
I would like to stand up and see if I can steady myself.
Understood. You know what? I'll tell you what. Simply make a strength roll.
Okay.
This is just for your first sort of step out of bed.
5.
A 5 is an extreme success for you.
Extreme.
My goodness. You bound out of bed with absolute enthusiasm.
Wonderful. I will go to... Is there a window?
Yes, there's a window in your room.
Okay, can I go and look out the window and see what I see?
Absolutely. You see the estate. The bitter end. You're sort of on a forward-facing door, I think, based on where you had been. We really went through this all the night of the Dreadstorm with the visions of paradise. Mm-hmm. You look out your window. You see the grounds. It's pre-dawn. Why don't you go ahead and make another spot hidden roll just as you look out to see if you see anything specifically.
That is a 76.
All you see is kind of like a gray, wet, in the inside of the window, especially in these days, is very, kind of condensation with you having been in here breathing all night. But you basically see that it seems like it's not, even if it's dawn, no one seems to be up and about in this miserable weather.
And is there light in my room? Is there an oil lamp or a candle or anything?
Yeah, you could certainly light a candle for sure. Yes.
Okay, I would like to do that and then go to the door and open it and gently peek out.
Wonderful. You look out the door. The hallway, this upper floor hallway where you've been staying, seems completely still and quiet. At least at first it does, and then you notice there's kind of like a as you look down the hallway, you see that door at the end of the hall, the one that was once open then closed, and you guys wound up going up the back steps to the northwest wing. It seems open. And it's kind of just opening and shutting very softly. Not even a banging, just a little tapping, as if there's a wind. It does feel kind of cold and chilly out here in this hallway.
Okay, I will look the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's basically just the stairs going down to the main foyer.
Okay. So I'd like to call out and say, Conrad? Siobhan? Do I know that Dowell is dead?
Very interesting. You know what? Roll an intelligence roll. Let's see. This is just to see if this got through, if anyone mentioned this or not. They very well may not have.
Hey.
What? 13? Did you roll 13?
I did!
Everybody! Oh, happy day! All right. Dude! Solo session 13. That is so exciting. All right, so, the first thing I need you to do, my dear.
Yes.
Please get out your evil D13. And remember, you've kept it in a prison and told it that it's evil. So perhaps it will do something really cool here now.
You have a chance to make yourself good.
Are you wait, is that on record? If it does not roll a 13 right now, are you going to not leave it in jail all the time?
It's home. It's like a crate. It's its little personal cozy thing. I'll give it a little blanket if it doesn't roll a 13. I will.
Crate training your 13. Very good.
I will. I have to because it's learning.
Apparently.
Okay. Roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whew. A 12.
So close and yet so far. All right, horror will not surge, but the dread clock has advanced, and there is a momentary chill there. However, with a 13, based on your no value, you do in fact remember that you have like a vague memory of someone as you were sleeping, mentioning that Mr. Dowell is perhaps no longer among the living.
Okay, so then I'll say, and I will walk out and walk down the stairs.
Wonderful.
Hmm.
As you make your way down the stairs, the house seems quiet and empty. You reach the bottom of the stairs. You feel a draft. There's a door open at the end of the far hallway. And in the early light, standing in the rain, you see a figure. A young woman. Standing
Hello?
just outside the door. She sort of turns around and she says, "Ha!
Oh, Polly!
I'm just wondering if I should go into the pool."
Oh, perhaps not. It may be very cold this morning.
I know, but I'm here to dive. And Siobhan, Nat said nothing about going out there, so I'm thinking maybe I'd be okay.
Oh, well, if Siobhan warned you not to...
Are you going to her? Are you going down the hall?
Yeah, I'll walk toward her while I'm saying this and just say, if Siobhan warned you not to, perhaps you shouldn't. She, I feel, knows a lot of things that perhaps we don't know from experiences that perhaps she will never talk about, but that are very deeply rooted in truth.
You're talking more than you were.
Oh,
Are you feeling better?
I, my head is quite fine. Thank you very much.
I'm happy to hear it.
Thank you. Where is everyone?
Sleeping, I think.
Oh.
It's early.
What happened to the nun? I don't recall in my sleepiness her being at my bedside when she was supposed to be healing me.
She gone, she did. So did the gentleman who came with him.
Oh.
I don't know where they are.
Okay. Well, I believe that the door upstairs has opened on its own, which is very peculiar.
The doors around here do that. They just open and slam shut. I don't pay it no mind.
Even the one upstairs?
All of them, it seems.
Well, I was going to talk to the master of the house because I know that he doesn't like when the doors are just opened, either by accident or their own volition.
I saw him go on a walk.
Where?
And actually, Sarah, I'm going to pause this. Did you get dressed before you came down, or are you, like, in your nightgown?
I'm in my nightgown.
Understood. Polly basically is, too. Or just out on the grounds.
Wait a minute.
Ah?
Where are your diving clothes?
Oh. Upstairs. In the room I share with Siobhan.
But if you were going diving, wouldn't you be in your diving clothes? You're in your nightgown. And it will get awfully wet.
I don't want to go diving now. It's too early. It's raining.
I thought you said you were going to the pool.
And you guys are in fact standing like 30 feet from the pool, just like kind of like under at the door looking out on it. And she kind of shivers for a second and says, "Oh, I find I sort of wander around the house, I never know where I am or where I'm not."
Polly, did you hit your head as well? I know how disorienting that can be.
No, just a fish bit me arse. That's all I know that happened.
Was it poison fish?
Oh, I hope not. I don't think so. I don't feel poisoned.
Well, it's too bad that Nan isn't here. She could examine you and see if the fish bite on your bum has affected your mind.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just this house. It's a bit creepy, but I'm okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look for the master. Have a good...
Out there?
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Hope you find him.
Which direction did he go?
Oh, she'll sort of point. You were not here for this, but she kind of points in the vague direction of the gazebo. The dread gazebo on the far side of the pool.
Okay. Well, thank you, Polly. Have a good nap, because it's about to be morning, and I don't suppose that would be sleep.
I'm not going back to sleep.
Would you like to come with me?
It is raining, isn't it? Go ahead and make a persuade roll.
That is not good. 79. What is my score? Nope.
No, I don't think I want to go walking in the rain. I'm feeling alright as it is.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
Okay. Hope you do. Maybe later I'll go diving. She kind of just wanders back into the house. Now you're standing there.
Don't forget your diving clothes next time.
Next time I won't. She just carries on.
Interesting. So it's raining currently, right?
It is like it's like raining. It's not like a hard rain, but it's drizzling, we'll say.
Okay, so I will, go toward the gazebo but like holding the candle very like slowly. I will proceed.
Understood. All right. Well, I do this every time, but whenever a girl goes walking out in the rain in a nightgown, I do decrease the clock. Because that's about as horror as you get.
With a candle.
Yeah, the candle's a good touch. Fair enough. So, as you go walking out alone into the rain,
a great idea.
You've seen the gazebo before. I don't think Sarah Quill would have ever gone to it. But as you sort of pass around the side of it, you sort of see the large sort of grove of trees that are on the far side of the pool. And there's clouds sort of moving in the sky for a moment. And there's this eerie feeling. Sarah Quill, I would like for you to make another spot hidden roll.
No. It's a 94.
A 94. Oh, that's almost a fumble.
I know.
But just instead, yeah, you're kind of unable to see anything. You're near the gazebo. You have not seen Master Cravengate, and with the roll you just did, you certainly haven't even seen like footprints or anything. By now, your feet are squishing into the mud. Your toes are frigid. If Sister Mercy were here, she would say to the girl who about 4 days ago nearly had her skull cracked open, "You should not be wandering around in the rain. This is how the devil enters you." But
well, when in a haunted Victorian manor.
She's not here, so what would you like to do?
I would like to call out, Master Cravengate! Oh no. Oh no.
A voice kind of comes from the trees ahead and says, "Is there someone there?" Are you going to sing a song again?
Oh, you know, I would love to, but I've been told by my parents that I have a terrible voice. It sounds like a dying cat, they say. So I don't believe that I will. But I just wanted to let you know that the door upstairs that you don't like being opened has opened on its own. Although I imagine a lot has happened since I got hit in the head and almost killed one of my very best. He is now one of my very good friends. But I just wanted you to know.
The voice. You still haven't seen anyone, but the voice kind of very faintly sort of replies, "You're funny."
And do I realize that that doesn't sound like Master Cravengate?
I think you've heard him enough times that we can say that's a reasonable thing, sure.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I was speaking to Master Cravengate. I don't mean to interrupt you.
And I'm going to turn on my heel and walk back as fast as I can while protecting the candle.
Walk back to the house.
Yes.
Understood. You turn around, you come like around the side of the gazebo, and suddenly you run directly into Master Cravengate. I would like you to make a dodge roll. And I will help you.
26.
Your dodge is a 30, so very good. And make sure, by the way, to click dodge. Have you been clicking the boxes of the things you succeeded on? You succeeded so far on dodge.
I have not played this system in quite a while.
Not a problem. You've succeeded on dodge. You've succeeded on one spot hidden earlier. And you did not succeed on your persuade. So we'll say that's where you are right now.
I will remember from now on.
But, so you manage to sort of move in such a way that bumping into Cravengate does not snuff out the candle. But sort of he like looks down at you and says, What are you doing out here? What?
I'm so sorry.
Are you all right?
Yes. Thank you. My head is feeling quite well. Just a little thundery on the inside. It hurts, but not very much. You know that dull kind.
You shouldn't be out in this weather or out of your bed. You should still be resting.
Yes, well, I feel like I've rested enough. It's been a couple of days, but I did want to let you know that the door in the upper part of your manor has opened a bit, and also there was a voice in the woods that spoke to me, and I'm not sure.
Stop talking. At this point, you notice that Cravengate has dark circles under his eyes. Doesn't seem to have shaved in a few days. He looks thin and restless and kind of wild. You're going to draw it to us again.
Draw what? Why are we whispering? Is it the man in the woods?
What man in the woods? Did you see someone?
No, I didn't see them, but I was calling out for you, and someone answered, and at first I thought it was you, but then the voice was completely different. It sounded kind of like Polly, actually.
Polly?
Yeah, she was out and about earlier. She said she was going diving, but...
Sort of staggers over to the pool, she's not been...
No.
I hired a diver. But Lorelei, she won't let me put the diver into the pool. Lorelei keeps telling me I can't.
Who's
and
Lorelei?
She holds that doll.
Oh.
Siobhan.
Siobhan, yes. She has the doll. What does the doll have anything to do with this?
What doll?
I feel that...
What are you doing out here? It's not safe out here in the rain. We're going to catch your death out here.
Master Cravengate, I believe that we should possibly go back inside.
Yes, you shouldn't be out here in this. He takes you rather firmly by the shoulders and starts marching you back to the house.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just feel that this weather is perhaps bringing on some strange affect to the people staying at your abode. Not that it isn't lovely, but I just feel that it's having some sort of impact on everyone's psyche. It should be having an impact on mine, although I did bump my head, so I don't believe that I'm being affected in the same way that everyone else is.
What?
Yes? It looked like... Are you okay?
Yes, but I'm worried. Listen to me. Lorelai keeps reading those books.
Who is Lorelai?
We're to be married.
Did she die?
Oh yes. Well, we think so. We think she's in there. He points at the pool. And she keeps reading. She sits with you most nights.
With me?
She seems worried about you. Yes, you're the girl in the bed, aren't you? Yes.
I hurt
Yes,
my
you're
head.
the girl in the bed. Yes. You hurt your head, and Lorelai sits up. I asked to speak to her, and she says, no, I must sit with Sarah Quill. She and my diver, they take turns sitting with you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to take them from your service. I'm quite well now, but...
And do I recall Siobhan sitting
Make a
next
no
or-
roll on that. Make
Okay.
a no roll on let's see if that's something you recall.
Not rolling low for the first time in my life.
What'd you roll?
When it matters. I rolled a 74.
Yes, unfortunately with a 74, you cannot remember that. However, would you like to push it? You can always push it.
Sure.
All right, so roll again, just knowing that if you fail once again, there may be negative consequence.
A 15.
A 15.
Yes.
You sort of you hear him talking about Lorelai, and you sort of like you can't quite remember what's going on. You almost like plant yourself. You sort of pull away from him as you just think, and sort of taking that extra beat, you realize, right, he thinks Siobhan is Lorelai. You do remember that.
Okay.
Master, I don't believe that it was Lorelai. From my recollection, it's Siobhan, who may resemble her, and I do recall
Siobhan,
her.
yes, Siobhan. No, Lorelai. Don't. Who told you about Lorelai?
It's the dress, isn't it?
Yes. Let's not speak of Lorelai anymore. We should get you inside. You're not making any sense. He starts sort of moving you towards the door. You guys reach the door. The door that sort of Polly had come in through. It's kind of been like pulled shut, but not actually locked. As he sort of turns to open it, you feel this like whisper on your back. And as you turn around and look out across the lake, in the distance, beyond the lake, something is there. I want you to make another look roll. Another spot hidden, rather, sorry.
It is an 86.
86. You don't know what it is. You can tell something's there. It's honestly kind of upsetting. There's you have a strong sense that there's something or someone in those woods across the pool. Something you should be seeing, and with the rain and the wind and the fog, you just can't.
Where is Master Cravengate at this moment?
He's with you at the door.
Okay.
It's like you feel that and you look as he's opening the door.
Okay, and the rifle that I used earlier, has that been placed back in its place, or are there... I know there were rifles on the walls.
There was a rifle on the wall. You have not been in that room. You could certainly go look if you'd like to.
Okay. I would just like to say to Master Cravengate, you know, I do believe my head is not feeling well, and you're right, I'm probably not making a lot of sense. So, I think I'm going to go back to bed.
Yes, you should. You should go back to bed. Can you make it there on your own? Do you want me to carry you up the stairs?
Oh, no, I'm quite fine, thank you. Are you okay? Do you need assistance to your, room?
No, I'm going to, No, I'm going to the library. I'm going to, I have business to attend to. Just sleep a few more hours. It'll be breakfast time soon. I'm sure Lorelei is excited to have you here. We're getting married. Breakfast will be soon, I'm sure. You'll have to forgive them. One of our footmen seems to have absconded. So, we're down service. My apologies.
It's quite all right.
Don't tell Lorelei.
I won't.
For a moment, kind of seeming confused, and then he just wanders over to the library. I think it's a room. I don't know that Sarah Quill has been to the library, actually. I think she did her rifle action before the group went in there and saw the Dark Lords and Ladies Flower.
Yeah. I would at some I would like to see if I can get to where the rifle was.
All right. I no longer remember which one was the parlor and which one was the sitting room. I just know that the rifle was in the room with a picture of the horse and not the stag head. So, if you are going to go there, certainly a thing you can do. It's in this very hallway that you were walking down that ends with a door out to the pool at the back of the house.
Okay.
You can go to that room. The door is closed.
Can I knock?
You can. Polite little knock from Sarah Quill. You hear no response.
Okay, I will, like, as quietly as possible, open the door, trying not to make any clicks or anything, and I've still got the candle, but...
In that case, go ahead and do a stealth roll for me, as you're trying to be so quiet.
24. Succeeded.
24 is just a success. Very good. All right. You open the door silently. The room is dark, the curtains still drawn. What little light shines in makes it hard to see much of anything. However, you bring a candle into the room, which you're still carrying, and because of your dodging earlier, has not gone out in your sojourn into the rain. The shadows that are thrown against the wall are large and exaggerated as you sort of scan across the room. For a moment, looking at the shadow, you think there's someone in here, as there's a silhouette thrown against the wall. And then your eyes look lower, and in the dim light of your candle, with the morning glow coming in from the closed curtains, you see that sitting on a table right behind the couch is a doll.
It's the doll, right?
It's actually a different doll. looked kind of like a it looked like a gentleman silhouette on the wall, but now you see there's just a little lamb.
Okay. I will look at the lamp and think, does it have any red on it? Any stains?
You would have to either make a roll to that, or you'd have to go and you'd have to go over and pick it up to inspect. You're too far away from it.
I came here for a purpose, and I will just say, "Oh, how adorable!" and enter the room and lift the light up so I can see if I can see the shotgun.
There is still a rifle on the wall.
Okay. I will.
However, it's higher than it was when you grabbed it. It almost doesn't make sense. Like, when you grabbed it, the rifle's mounting position, like, moved down a few feet so it was within your reach.
Okay, so I will go up to the wall.
As you see that, I do want you to make a sanity roll.
Okay. Another 15.
15? You're under. Very good. You managed to keep your wits about you. The fact that this is impossible in this house makes you sort of, like, knowing everything about this house, the fact that there's this impossible thing where you're like, it was moved down, you're just like, can't dwell on that. So there is the rifle, but it's you can get to it, but it would involve you, like, climbing up, onto, like, a chair or something.
I will go up to the wall and look up at the rifle and say, Can you come down?
I don't want to shoot my friends, but I just need some protection.
And then I'll reach up to see if it comes down.
Oh. I'll tell you what, roll your charm. That's your highest thing. Roll a charm.
That is a not super high, 79.
A 79. With a 79, which for you I think is a success, but not a no better than that. You can feel it's not working, but you could always push it.
I'll push it. Wait, how many points of luck do I use?
You don't use any points of luck to push. A push just means you double down and try again with a very negative outcome if you fail again.
Oh, right. Okay. That is a 26, my friends.
Okay.
Almost a hard. Or almost an extreme.
You are 6 over an extreme. Do you want to use any luck?
Yes. I will use.
You don't have to. I'm just asking.
No, I will. I will.
Okay. So deduct 6 from your luck. Do not check charm because you're using luck to succeed at it. You appeal to it as much as you can. And the shadow on the wall of that figure that's cast, you almost see it move slightly. You turn to look at it. The lamb either fell or just shifted around or something. It seems like it's you walked past it now. It seems like it's almost looking at you. And then you hear, I would like for you to make a dexterity roll.
That is an 80.
An 80 is a failure. So basically, you sort of like look up and I guess also make a dodge roll. You're even worse at those, but try a dodge.
Well,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use different dice here. A 24 for the dodge.
A 24. So you aren't able to catch it, but you do jump out of the way as the rifle falls to the ground with a rather loud smack. You see one of those, the moorings that it's in has fallen down with it. The other is kind of dangling from like a hook in the wall above.
Whisper, thank you. And I will set down the candle in a safe place and pick up the rifle. And she's good enough with the rifle that she can look and see if it's loaded. And
yeah, it is not loaded.
Okay.
It's a display, really, you know. The fact that it had a bullet in it, actually, when you took it off the wall the other day, that doesn't make any sense. You don't have to roll another sanity, but you're hovering on the edge.
Yeah. Okay. And does it smell like gunpowder? Can I...
If you sniff it, I don't think it would... I mean, it smells like it in a very light way, but, I mean, it's been a few days since you...
That's true.
Since you shot that. So, yeah.
Can I look around for ammo? Just... Well...
You can make a spot hidden roll if you'd want to, sure.
I will do a spot
actually,
hidden,
though... yeah, make a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Here, let's do it.
A 1.
Happy days are here again. The happy days are here again.
Wait, no.
So a 1 means that you do have you have like a critical success, so that's great. But it also means I get to advance the thing. Bum ba dum bum. You are confident that there's no ammunition kept in this like a sitting room, you know, like it's not like a thing. So you're very sure that you can't find it. You look around really well. However, there is a cabinet that is open, and if you'd like to make a luck roll, we could see if there's any ammunition that happens to be in that cabinet that was erroneous left here. So go ahead and erroneously left. So go ahead and roll a luck.
That's a 98. Oh dear. I'm in danger.
There's no ammunition.
Okay.
But you have a rifle.
Mm-hmm. I do. I would like to... Did the rifle, open itself or something? Like, it's not in its display position?
No, it's like it was in a display thing. You opened it up and looked. There was no ammunition.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Or
Okay.
It was more that kind of thing than a that. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's one of those.
I will set the rifle down, and pick up the candle and walk out of the room.
Understood. You pick the candle up, the little lamb is kind of looking at you. This doll. You pick the candle up, its shadow kind of traces on the thing, and I will say that because you are close enough, you do in fact see some little bits of blood on this doll. Some little red spots that definitely look like blood.
Oh dear. These dolls certainly are interesting here.
And I will walk out of the room.
Understood. There's a different energy in this hallway after you leave that room. Everything in there felt sort of charged, but here it's a little cold, but it's sort of quiet, a little calmer. You're able to kind of get a deep breath as you pull that door closed.
Okay. Can I do a listen and see if I hear anything?
Absolutely. Make a listen roll.
42.
A 42. What is your listen?
It is 20.
Okay. So not so great. You just hear kind of the wind and the rain outside.
This is not me. Sarah will go back up to the door beyond the room she was staying in.
Okay.
And shut the door.
Oh, shut the door that's open.
Yes.
The door that was so you're going all the way to the end. Understood. Great.
Yeah.
All right,
unless
so you...
something happened in between. Which
No. You go to that door. You walk to the door. You can't. It still feels a little cold up here. Your footsteps, sort of, kind of soft, and now your feet kind of wet and probably cold from when there was mud and rain walking outside. You make it to that door. It's ajar, just slightly. Kind of like put in place. Not even moving or tapping right now. What do you do?
I will reach out to and grab the handle and close it.
You close it.
Yes.
It locks and is closed.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my room then.
You turn around and start walking to your room, and you hear from beyond the door, almost as if someone's on the steps. And then,
I will call. Oh,
as you sort of turn around, preparing to call out, you see the handle. And the door opens.
do I see anything?
Make a spot hidden roll.
39.
So you don't. So you stand there. And then you hear pum, 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 pum. Just a few steps. And then a very quiet voice. Almost like they were whispering right into your ear. Oh dear. We should get you back to bed. Poor thing.
Lorelei. Is that you?
They're really looking for you.
Who?
Do you want to come and sleep in my bed?
I don't mean to be impolite, but I don't want to do that.
Are you going to drink? Or are you going to be drank?
Well, I haven't had a shot of whiskey to the face in a couple of days, but no, I would not particularly like to drink right now. Perhaps in the way you are asking, not ever. I believe I will go to my own room, and I hope you have a pleasant sleep, wherever your bed is.
And can I try to go into my room?
You can.
Okay.
You go to your room.
And shut the... I still have the candle. I don't know.
Yeah, understood.
And so she will close the door.
Wonderful. You are safe in your room. You're not sure who you were just talking to. Though you have some ideas. It's certainly upsetting. It's a little brighter in here now. As you've walked outside and come back in and all of that. Bright enough that you can see there's a flower on your pillow.
I will approach the flower and
I'll reach for it, but then is there a handkerchief anywhere?
Certainly.
I'll grab a handkerchief and pick up the stem of the flower, wrapping the handkerchief around it. And is it the flower?
I want you to make a botany roll. It's a science, so...
Oh, okay. 10.
You could spend 9 luck.
I don't want to.
Then you're not sure. It is black,
Okay.
though. You
Okay.
haven't seen it.
I would like to... Ooh, is there a like a carafe with maybe a cup of water next to my bed?
I think that's, if not that, then there's like there's like some water in a ewer. You could easily find something to put a flower into.
I would like to do that.
Wonderful. You put the flower into the water. And then you watch as this red liquid begins to sort of move out from the base of the flower.
Oh dear.
You now hear, in the distance, the whinnying of a horse.
And is it coming from outside or in the house?
Make a listen roll.
Nope. It's not a 13, but it is a 1. On a different set of dice.
Hooray! This is so exciting. That's 10. Wow, you have rolled. I mean, man, just doubling our chances really does it for me. My goodness.
My palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti.
It's coming from outside. It's
Okay.
very distant.
Do I know? So considering I have an extreme success, do I know about
It's a
how
critical
long-
success, actually.
Critical success.
Yeah, sure.
Could I gauge how fast that creature would be able to make it to the manor?
Couple minutes, probably. Maybe less. Maybe a minute.
Okay. And do I sense that there's a connection between the flower and this whinnying?
Ooh, that is a question. You have a Dread Mythos score. That is what you would roll for that.
Oh, okay.
I would say if you want to roll an occult, you can, but that won't really tell you anything about the whinnying. You have a feeling the whinnying is Dread Mythos. This flower may just be occult, but the whinnying is Dread Mythos.
I'll try it, but the odds of me... No, I can't, because I will fail. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go for it. I will
Dread?
roll... Yeah, Dread Mythos.
Okay.
And no, that is a 78.
wouldn't have helped you in either case. Then you have no idea. I'll say all you can feel is that picking up the flower didn't. It felt like it was in response to the blood beginning to form in that.
Okay.
That being said, Sarah Quill.
Yes.
It's faint. It's not a compulsion by any means. But man, that water smells good now. I mean, it just really does. It doesn't compel you to do anything, but there's just this sense of like you just feel your mouth watering.
Do I feel compelled to?
You don't feel any compulsions right now at all.
Okay. I will sorry, I will just back away and watch the water and see if it continues to.
So you're setting the water down and backing away from it, but watching it.
Yes.
If you're backing away, you gotta make a spot hidden roll. Then if you stay near it, you can see it. But if you're backing away, it's kind of let's see how well your eyes work. Yeah.
Nope. 53.
You back away, and it just seems like this dark, delicious red.
Okay.
That party was so fun that you were watching. Like, that party was so... Like,
This reminds me of the drink.
Here's what was so appealing to you about that party in your dream. No one's parents were telling them what they could and couldn't do. No one was saying, now you have to go to bed. Everyone was doing exactly what they wanted. Maybe not the girl in the middle. Or maybe her too. It's so hard to tell. But they were all having so much fun.
Can I...
I want you to make an occult roll, Sarah.
Okay. Are you trying to keep me from making a mistake, or...?
No, just giving you more information.
That is 78.
Yeah. Well, 78 again.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
using different dice, though.
All good.
I will pick up the cup and smell it.
Mm-hmm. It smells of iron. It smells like blood.
Okay. And
And now that you're close to it, Sarah Quill,
Mhm.
you can see that the stem of that black flower is opening up, and these black tendrils are extending out.
Am I under any sort of like charm or anything?
No. I mean, if
Okay.
you want to be, we can roll some
No.
dice, but at this point,
No.
no. At this point, you're
Okay.
still in your...
I will drop the glass and back away,
Understood.
freaked out.
You drop
But-
the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Blood splashes. The glass shatters, blood splashes on you. The flower's now laying there limply.
I will grab the handkerchief or something to pick up the flower again, but not touch it.
You grab the handkerchief to pick up the flower. Make for me a sleight of hand.
I thought it was an 80. Wait, no, it's 100.
It's a 100?
All zeros is 100, right?
Oh god, it's the best fucking day. Sarah Quill,
Yes.
you reach for it. And as you do, like a piece of like glass that kind of was just invisible from where it was, just slashes across your hand. And you hear, for a moment, again that voice. Do you want to drink or do you want to be drank? And as the blood begins to spill out of your hand, the flower, which is like almost gloopy now, like the stamen of it just onto your hand, and you see it like pulsing and drawing blood out of your hand. You do lose 2 hit points. Now that doesn't wound you, it's just a little bit, but it does drop you below half. So like you're getting very woozy and very faint as it's drawing blood out of you.
Okay, and
What are you
is
doing?
this having any influence over me, or I'm just woozy?
I mean,
So,
in that case, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
The only influence it's having over me is this is what they were drinking in Sarah's head.
Mm-hmm.
And the flower is covered in it.
The flower is, at this point, the flower is drinking you. The flower is like, and the flower is like pulsing, like with each like pump, with each of your heartbeats. You see the flower going, and like the blood seems to be like spewing out the bottom of it. Now, at this moment, Sarah Quill.
Yes.
As you just kind of stand there stunned, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I do actually need you to make a power roll.
Okay. $38.
38 is a success for your power. You are in control of your actions. What would you like to do?
So she's looking at it, considering.
Mm-hmm. It's still sucking you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Well, do I want to be drank?
And then she thinks about how she went to go get the gun.
Mm-hmm.
And she shakes her head and goes like drops down to the floor and slaps her hand on the floor, trying to crush the flower and stop it from whatever it's doing.
Oh, okay. Make a fighting brawl roll. Actually, no. Do a strength roll. That's higher for you.
7.
With an extreme success, Sarah Quill just like slams her hand down and kind of just, and the flower is kind of just completely destroyed. It just looks like petals and such. And now, Sarah Quill, there's blood all over the room, but your hand is bleeding a good bit, and you know that flower was doing something, but now there's this sense of
Oh no.
it's almost like if you brought anyone in here, they would just think that you cut your hand. There's just broken glass and blood all over thee.
I will take the edge of my dressing gown and tear off the hem.
Okay.
And wrap it around my hand.
Perfect.
And like tie it with my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And is it time for breakfast?
No. You hear a horse whinnying again.
Oh god. Oh, that's right.
Seems further away.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the sheet on the bed and like try to like clean everything. Like
Sure. No roll required for that. You can just kind of try to mush everything together. That's easily done enough. What are you going to do? Are you just going to wait and for breakfast? Is that the idea?
would the cooks have started cooking at this point? Would the house be bustling with servants?
There's not that many servants, but someone is probably up and awake, yes. You could certainly go down to the kitchens if you wanted to.
I would like to go down to the kitchens.
Understood. So, still in your nightgown, now with it torn off, with your hand bandaged up, you're walking out of here and going down to the kitchens. Perfect. All right. You go down to the kitchens. You don't see anyone else on your way. In the kitchen, you see two figures. One is the footman, a taller, lanky gentleman named Hoggins. The other is the aged butler Combs. And they are in the midst of sort of just like frantically trying to pull some stuff together. Hoggins looks at you and goes, yeah? Oh, are you all right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You got do you need,
It's all right. I'm okay. No, not at this moment. Maybe later. Perhaps with breakfast, a shot of whiskey to the face could be nice. I could definitely use that right now. But
the butler's now kind of making his way over. Are you okay? You seem a bit yes.
Yes, I've had quite a night. My head is totally fine, though. Thank you for asking. I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course, young miss. Yes, of course. He just kind of, hands some stuff to the already overwhelmed footman who begins just trying to prepare whatever for these people. Yes.
At night, does something strange happen around here? Because I know I've been incapacitated, so to speak, but it seems as if...
just a very old house, Mum.
It's not the house, it's the people.
Oh.
And perhaps it is the house that does things to the people, but...
Oh.
Master Cravengate was asking about a Lorelei.
Oh. Nothing to worry about, Mum.
No, I am worried about it because he thinks my best friend Siobhan is Lorelei, and I believe that Lorelei may still be here.
Oh.
At least it's very similar to a novel that I read one time where the ghost wife of a master of a manor, quite similar to this, came back to haunt the women that he tried to seduce, and they all died. So, I'm very concerned, as you can probably assume.
Well, you should probably go back to bed. We can bring you breakfast in your bed.
No, I'm not going back to sleep.
Oh.
You have to tell me what's going on here.
Oh, I don't know, just, it's it's an old house.
And what about you? And I'll turn to Hoggins.
Oh, Hoggins. Yeah, what?
What do you know about what this house does to people? Or about ghosts or specters that are around here?
I don't...
This was not an accident. Things like this happen a lot, don't they?
Hoggins sort of will look at you. Actually, I have to roll this for Hoggins. Hold on. Oh, that's low. Hoggins kind of looks up and says, I think it's just the other house.
The other house? What do you mean?
The butler's like, what other house? I'm not sure what he's talking about either. Yeah, there's... He kind of looks at you, Sarah, and says, just don't go to the house across the pool.
Why not?
No one comes back.
I think I'd have that shot of whiskey, after all.
He goes and gets you a shot of whiskey. Combs just watches. He pours it to you. And then very quietly, Hawkins says to you, "Don't tell her I told you."
I won't. Oh no. I will take the shot of whiskey.
It certainly wakes you up this early in the day. There's certainly a sense of like, whoa.
Okay, and can I just go and sit in the room that the breakfast will be served in, regardless of whether or not it's ready? Just sit there.
Certainly. You go sit down, still in your now wet nightgown, bandaged hand, looking beleaguered and bedraggled by the rain and mud. And that could be where we end tonight's session. But instead, footstep.
Has the table been set?
Not yet, no.
Fuck. Okay.
The footsteps seem to enter this room. You feel someone's in here with you, but you can't see them. And then you can. Beautiful woman, tall, fair skin, long black hair, a necklace around her neck. She's wearing a dressing gown as well. She sits at a chair across from you and smiles and says, "They don't want you up and about, dear. They'd rather you rest. They're worried."
That's all right. You can worry.
What happened to your hand?
An accident.
Oh no. I want to keep you alive. But they're worried about the things that are getting through. And they're worried about what you've seen. I've read all about it. And she pulls out onto the table and sets down this massive tome with an XII on the top of it.
Master Cravengate still talks about you. I don't know if you know.
Of course he does. I'm his betrothed.
You are or you were?
Oh no. Oh no. There doesn't have to be a difference. But he doesn't want you drinking anything or being drunk. There's nothing in it until you came here. Do you understand?
Drinking.
Of course you don't. She opens the book. There's a page in here that I think will be very useful to you. She kind of gives you this like coy look over the book as she continues flipping through it. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to warn you. Like they warned me. And she touches her necklace. Do you want to hear it?
No.
She flips a page once more, kind of looks down and puts her finger on it. Then you promise you won't have anything else to drink or let anyone drink you?
Water, whiskey, blood, anything.
Blood, dear.
Very well. However, can Sarah, in her lap, she will cross her fingers.
Understood. Make a charm roll. Actually, no, this is a deception then if you're crossing your fingers. But I'll tell you what. Your charm is over 100, and and now we're doing like a deception or a lie. What's the stat for lying? Oh my god, everything in these are slightly different. Oh, it's fast talk is the stat for that. Go ahead and make a charm roll. But you need a better thing, because for you, even a hard charm success is better than your other thing. What do we got? 13?
12.
Thumbs down. She has her finger still on a page of the book. She was about to read you something. But she believes you. She pulls back and closes the book.
Will I see you at breakfast with the others?
No. You know why. And then her face just becomes like completely sort of, decomposing and waterlogged. Just this splash of water all over the table. The book is, there's this horrible moment. She's just, this ghastly face. Make a sanity roll as she turns into a corpse before you.
No, 67.
67. luck, push, anything? Pushing is very dangerous on these.
I won't.
Well, April Fool's Day is with you as I only roll a 1, so lose 1 point of sanity.
Woo! By the way, as this is happening, as the water is coming toward her, she's like pushing up and like getting away.
You step back, you push back from the water. There's no water there.
Okay. And she's gone?
She's gone. All that's left are your crossed fingers.
And the book?
Gone.
Well, I suppose this is all what I came here for.
And then she just sits back down to wait for the others.
Okay. After some time, Polly comes down.
Polly!
Morning. What happened to yous?
A rough night.
I saw you in the morning and you didn't look this bad.
Yes, you did see me in the morning. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very okay.
Okay. Okay. You don't...
I was just...
Do you want to get dressed?
No, I think I'll just stay down here and wait for all of my very best friends and my very good friend as well.
Okay. She sort of sits down. Looks kind of confused. Hoggins and Combs begin bringing in food.
Thank you.
Combs says, I've heard Master Cravengate is taking breakfast in the library. He will not be joining you.
Well, that's a shame. I suppose I will just talk to him later then.
They just put some food down. And Polly says, I'm glad you're awake. It's been sort of boring. Just waiting around for you to wake up, get better. Although you don't look too much better. You got blood on ya.
Oh, yes, accident,
I get it. She reaches for, some of the food. And it's strange, Sarah Quill. It doesn't seem like it even makes sense, but there's just this like slash on her hand. Suddenly, as she cuts herself on the serving, doesn't seem like it should be that sharp, but she cuts open and there's just blood on her hand. And Sarah Quill, oh my god, it looks so fucking good. You didn't realize how hungry you were and all this food came out and it was great. But Polly, who's just sitting right next to you, she just sliced her hand open, just like yours. And that plant sucked on your hand. And even though you killed it, you felt it get so strong, Sarah. It got so strong. I need you to make a power roll.
Is my power even?
It's up at the top. What do we got?
73.
With a 73, you cannot resist. Please make a fighting brawl roll, I guess. Oh, you know what?
What?
What'd you roll?
Huh? 46.
Give yourself a bonus on this, so re-roll your percentile.
Oh, percentile. 50, so it's still 46.
You try to grab her. She kind of tries to move away, but at this point, you have to keep going. So she's now backing away from you. What do you want to do to try to get your hands on her hand? You can continue reaching. You can simply ask. You're sort of like, it's your turn here as she's sort of pulling away from you, like, ah?
Okay, so I just... I want to reach out and say,
Polly, I know how I can help you.
Make a charm roll. She'll roll psychology.
37.
Yeah, so for you, that is a hard success. Go ahead. She says, okay, and she kind of like pauses for a moment, then extends her hand, for you to do some kind of like first aid on it or something. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Do I have a choice?
I mean, you could toy around with it a little, or you can just go for it.
So at this point, I am lusting for blood. Am I under any sort of influence, or can I still resist?
You failed that power roll, so you need to drink.
I'm going to take her hand and lick it.
Okay. She looks at you in horror. And at this point, you cannot resist. You're going to keep trying to drink. So, roll a d6.
5.
Get 3 hit points back. And you are now your teeth are digging into her. You're licking her hand. Now you're sucking the veins out, and now you're kind of going for like the veins there. You're just kind of clawing into her. She sort of shrieks. She's gonna try to fight you off. So could you please make a brawl roll? She tries to get out of the grapple. Oh, that's bad. What would her brawl be? Okay.
60.
So she pulls away. No, she fails. So the tie, I think, goes to you, actually. Because even though you failed to keep her, she was unable to you both got failures, so the status quo is basically maintained. Although, like, you don't have, like, a firm grip on her or anything. Basically, she almost, like, pulls away but hasn't gotten away. I guess it's your turn again.
And it's D100 again for a fighting brawl?
Mm-hmm.
$81.
At this point, she does manage to like just rip herself away from you, and she starts running out of the room, sort of calling for help. You have blood on your mouth. It tastes good. Something seems off about it.
Does that make me not want to continue to drink?
Go ahead and make another power roll. That's fine. 04?
Yeah.
Great. You manage to just like come to your senses. Your roll is spot hidden. Your spot hidden is so low. It's a problem in this game. Is the way these stats work. Roll a spot hidden for me.
It's not gonna happen.
Thing,
nope. 73.
You see some movement on the window, but when you look at it, you don't see anything. But what you do hear is a whinnying voice. Or a whinnying horse. The rain is picking up. It's getting stronger. You know that you just did something you were warned against. By something. What are you doing right now?
kitchen is close by, right?
The kitchen's close, but closer still. There was that lamb. It had blood on it too, you think? There's something interesting about that lamb.
Am I compelled to go to the lamb?
It just pops into your mind.
I will go to the kitchen and see if I can find the whiskey bottle.
Understood. You make your way to the kitchen, only to discover, kind of as you go in there, as you're kind of turning the corner to near it, you hear Polly frantically saying, she started sucking on my hand. It was weird. It was weird. She bit me like that fish. But not on my arse. Sarah Quill, what would you like to do? You have not entered the kitchen yet. You hear she's in there.
I want to go for the whiskey bottle.
So you rush into the room. Upon seeing you enter, Polly screams. Like Combs is like, but Hoggins like sees you, and Hoggins just is gonna kind of just try to run and just try to grab hold of you. So please make a fighting brawl.
30. No. 3. 003.
003.
Yeah.
So basically, actually, if you're trying to not get beaten, it even would have been a dodge, which is about the same. But either way, extreme success for you. So do you want to dodge or push him? I kind of said fighting brawl, but really you could have chosen to either try to dodge him or you could have like pushed him back.
Dodge in the direction of the whiskey.
You dodge that. You run over to the whiskey.
And I will take a swig and like try to like slosh like clean my mouth out with the whiskey, but spit it out.
As you do that, Polly goes running from the room. Hoggins is just kind of watching you, like he's like kind of coming over there, but he hasn't moved in on you since you're apparently feral. Combs is just watching this, like. You swish it out. You basically split blood and whiskey out onto the ground of the kitchen. Cool. Hoggins is like, what did you do? What did you do?
I don't know. It was her.
Um. 96, which is he doesn't know what else to do. He picks up a frying pan and he rushes you.
I heard a horse.
You heard, so your approach is to say, I heard a horse. Okay. You're trying to like make a charm roll.
Okay.
But you'll need an extreme success on this. To stay his hand.
Set of dice. Wow.
What'd you roll?
A 99.
A 99. Okay, the good news for you is that is not a fumble, because for you a charm, you have to literally roll only a 100 as a fumble for you on a charm since your charm score is so high. It's only if your score is below 50 that it's a 95 to a thing. Okay, so you fail to stay his hand. He will now make a fighting brawl roll, and you have not dodged. You tried to do this instead. Okay. He does not, however, roll a success on his brawl, so he misses just of his own volition as he tries to hit you, but he's coming in for another swing. What do you want to do?
Can I run out of the kitchen?
Sure. That would be a dodge.
I will dodge. A 1. Great for me, bad for everything else.
I am shocked, man. The ones have just opened it up.
I'm gonna ban you, Buck. You're done.
Nah, you're not. You're here forever. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame sub is Book and Dagger. Okay, all right, so you...
And that was even like with 2 different die from different sets.
Yeah, you dodge. You manage to get out of the way. You run out of the room.
At what cost?
I mean, he missed. Well, at the cost of you hear thunder in the distance. Like a dreadstorm is coming.
Yes, I know.
It's been raining and it's still raining. So, Sarah, you are now running through the house. Now, did you want to run out the hallway you entered from, or did you want to like run out the back entrance?
I will run out the back entrance because I don't want. Wait, Polly ran into the house, right?
Yeah.
I will run the opposite way.
So you're not running. It's not an exit from the house. You're just kind of going the back. Okay, cool. So Sarah Quill, you run back there, and as you do, you hear the door slam open up that servant's entrance to the northwest wing, the one that you guys crept up, and there's this like gust of wind that sort of like seems to be blowing out of it angrily. I need you to make another dodge roll.
Well, let's mix it up again with a couple of nonsense. 92.
92. So the wind kind of like knocks you to your feet, or like knocks you off your feet, kind of onto your hands and knees. And you see a figure standing up there. For a moment, you feel relief. It's one of your best friends, Mr. Hull.
John!
But you're gone.
He begins running down the stairs. You see that his throat is slashed and red, but it doesn't make you hungry because you can tell that the blood is cold. The heart's not beating. He's running for you.
I will run away.
Understood. So as you sort of scrabble up, he is kind of pounding down the steps. You were moving around. I need you at this point, Sarah Quill, to make for me a tracking roll, or a navigate roll. It's the same thing for you either way. So as you just try to find your way the hell out of here.
No. 15. I'm gonna.
Well,
Oh, okay.
So,
sorry. What's the good thing?
Actually, yeah. In this game it doesn't work. Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna do some luck on that one.
Yeah.
5 luck points. I think that's a very good use of some luck points. You're trying to find your way out of sort of the back edge of the house, and you do manage to do so. As you sort of like bust out the back door, kind of you now see, like you're like, it's like the pool is not directly ahead of you, but you sort of see it like off sort of to the, like, you know, like at like an angle to you. And you do see there seems to be a figure standing across the pool within those trees that you were watching earlier. I want you to make one more spot hidden roll.
A 6.
A 6, man. You were
Yes.
Zero
Finally.
was coming up a lot on that one. My goodness.
I know.
All
Well,
right.
these are all different dice.
Very good. So as you glance over there, across, you see the sort of behind and beyond this figure, like within the trees, the fog parts, and you get this glimpse of this Scottish baronial revival mansion. Not the kind of architecture you see here. A very different kind of house. You hear pounding footsteps behind you. But you know you don't want to go to any houses. Certainly not any houses across the way. And you know you're not supposed to drink blood, and you did that. What are you going to do, Sarah?
Where's the horse? Can I Can I
Roll-
sense?
You can roll another spot hidden,
Okay.
I suppose.
A 21.
21 is under your spot hidden.
Oh, it is. It is. Ha!
You glance at the pool. Kind of down from that figure you see. And the horse is there. Under the water. Staring at you. Enraged. Footsteps pounding behind you. The door seems to swing open. You can feel that heavy form. And then... well, then we'll have to see what happens when Conrad and Siobhan wake up next week.
Oh, wow!
So, that will end our session of chapter 44. So, Sarah Quill, you have succeeded at a few things. Please, real quick, roll a first roll for your dodge. So you need to roll over a 30.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That was really stressful, but in a good way.
Okay.
Where's my... Now I want to roll matching ones. Hold on. Okay. That is a 91. No, I'm sorry, 61.
A 61 still does it. So roll your D13.
Yeah.
This is another cool thing that old book gave us.
What?
What'd you roll? A 13? Okay. Go again. These do not trigger horror surges. They simply advance the clock. Okay, so, however, you do get to add 13 to your dodge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Okay. If I make
next-
it past the next session,
What's
geez.
the next thing you succeeded at? You did
Spot
succeed.
hidden.
You did succeed at one brawl. No, you did not. You never succeeded
Oh.
at a brawl. You succeeded at one charm. So go ahead and roll a charm.
Oh, but I have to get super 54.
You do not improve charm. It's almost it's a
That's
you only
okay.
roll it on a thing now. Okay, now roll I guess a spot hidden.
41.
So roll your D13.
Yes. Bitch, don't betray me. 5.
Okay, so add 5 to spot hidden, and uncheck the box as well.
Yes.
And I know that you also did succeed on stealth when you opened the door, so do that.
Oh, I was busy freaking out.
You are good. So roll a stealth.
25. No.
That is so heartbreaking. So
I know.
close. All right. Well, in that case, and then roll one. Roll against your luck as well. One last little thing here.
Oh, 79.
So roll your D13 again.
I hate it. 4.
4. Add 4 to your luck. I also, again, lucky number 1 here. You only gain 1 sanity back for a good play.
Okay.
I roll a d6 and give people back that. So Sarah Quill is alive
She is. For now.
for now, and maybe for a while. We'll see. But she's crossed someone or something. That's not always the best idea in these domains. Not when there's already been so much crossover. Well, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed your solo game with Miss Sarah
It
Quill.
was so much fun.
Wonderful. I thank everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. These solo games are always really fun. I'm not sure what's going to happen next week. It will definitely be Mirkshire. Will it be Sister Mercy? Will it be a different solo session, I could not tell you. A lot of things could happen. But I want to say thanks to everybody for watching this. Yes, awesome work tonight, Lauren. That was super fun stuff.
Shout out to my friends who all came to watch.
Oh.
I had
Hello,
a few.
friends.
I don't know
Thanks
exactly which ones, but a bunch came, so thanks.
Good stuff. All right. Well, if you enjoy what we do here, please, follow us, subscribe if you can. You can get a free subscription if you link your Amazon Prime account to a to a Twitch account, etc., etc. You can also watch us on Sundays for Here Be Dragons at 7 o'clock Pacific time, on Mondays for Temple Flight at 7:30, and on Tuesdays for Grey in the Dark, our noir game. I should say Temple Flight is our superhero game. Tuesdays are our noir game. Grey in the Dark 7:30 as well. But thank you so much all for watching. I think we are supposed to, I guess I'm supposed to give a shout out to, so Zane Swords is the, again, just really recommend everybody follow Zane Swords.
Great sword account.
It is the best sword Instagram I've ever seen. The swords that this guy gets are just, I mean, they're just primo, steel, amazing weaponry. Mm-hmm. I know more people like his Strees page, where he has
trees. Yeah.
Where he shows off strees, which I guess they're just like little trees. I don't know why they're called strees, but I recommend the Zane Swords page. It's a really good one. I also, we need to thank an anonymous gifter for gifting a bunch of subs to us as well. That was so kind of you to do. Much appreciated, whoever you are. Thanks for everybody for watching. We will see you next time here on Blood from a Stone. And until then, may you survive the night.
Bye.